So today we're putting away the tool belts and we're talking product review. And today's product is the Kreg Precision Beaded Face Frame System. What this system does is simply create a beaded face frame for a cabinet or a piece of furniture or anything like that. A beaded face frame, in my opinion, a little higher end look, nice inset doors and drawers. It gives a little bit more craftsmanship to a normal average door or cabinet, I should say. And simply, the beaded face frame just looks like this, just like that. Nice look, but to accomplish this, it takes a little bit of time and effort and a little bit of skill. You have to route the bead on one piece, 45 that just the bead, and you have to be very precise for it to fit appropriate. Then we come back, we actually 45 the bead, and then we hog away the material to make this joint nice and tight and actually look pretty. We'll come back and then we'll pocket hole behind that. But again, that takes some time, and for your average woodworker, not that much fun because you want to jump right in, you want to be building some pretty things right away. Another way to do it is simply just take your 1x stock or what have you, route your bead and rip it on the table saw and then simply apply it and then nail it in place. And what you're going to do is just 45 the corners, basically creating like miters all the way around. Again, a time-consuming process, and for your average woodworker, it can be kind of daunting. And for your veteran woodworker out there, you know what? If there's a system out there that might possibly save me time and make the process a little bit more enjoyable, I'm all for it. So today we're going to crack this baby open. It's not so much about the process of how to set it all up or anything like that, but it's just to tell you, hey, the system works or doesn't work. The worst thing in the world is to go and buy a product, get it in your shop, and it doesn't perform to the expectations that you had on it. I've seen many an infomercial, bought those silly products, brought them home, and they don't work exactly the way they showed on the infomercial. So today I'm going to give you an honest opinion of what I think of this tool and whether or not it's going to be a staple in my shop or not. So let's crack open the box. Pretty cool. I like the way they've got it all set up. It's very simplistic, very easy to get along, or very easy to understand what's going on. All right. The one cool thing that I did notice is that they've got this setup bar, which is priceless in the world of setting up your any kind of bit for that matter, because we can just drop it right over top of it like that, and then it's set up exactly. Because the one thing that they keep stressing in the manual is that it needs to be set up very precise. So let's make sure it gets set up very precise then, shall we? It's extremely smooth, I'll give you that. Look at that. So in order to route the bead on these pieces, I'm done with this fence, so I can lose this, which is pretty simple. Take off. And once this is set up, I don't think it has to be touched too much. As long as these two line up to each other, I think we're good. So I can drop that over here, grab my actual router fence, stick that on. Before I do that, I'm actually going to swap the bit out so I can get up underneath it. So swap the bit out and we'll be routing before you know it. There you go, moment of truth. That's nice. That is nice. Look at that. Nice tight joint, pretty simple to make. I should say actually very simple to make. Once I set it up, and again, I had to go through a lot of setup to make this really happen. As you can see, I went through some material over here. And that was me figuring out exactly where the cursor should be and kind of rushing forward. The directions were very clear, and the video over here worked out very beneficial, and I would recommend set yourself up a computer, watch it as you're doing it, and go back, because it will make a lot more sense as you're watching that, as you're setting it up. But for your average woodworker out there, you're going to be able to make a beaded face frame, which you wouldn't be able to make before this product. You'd have to go the old school way, and it'd be a lot more trial and error than a system like this. So I say for your average woodworker out there who's wanting to step up his cabinet making abilities, now you can do the inset beaded face frame, or the inset doors with the beaded face frame. It's just a great look, and it shows a little bit more craftsmanship. You're going to start progressing your skills. And for your veteran woodworkers out there, the old school way, this way definitely is a little bit quicker. If you set up another router table with the beading bit in it, and you just make one router table designated for the actual notching, if you will, I think you'll step up production 10 times. And to be able to make this type of face frame that quick, pretty cool. So all in all, the directions were very well laid out. The packaging was very simple, very easy to mount to the Kreg router table. I can't speak for mounting anything else or mounting it to any other table. I know it would have to have a T-track, so at that point, this router table is pretty solid for me, so it works out well. But I really like it. I'm excited that I can start building some carcasses, get some beaded face frames on them, some raised panel inset doors, and I think this is going to become a staple in my shop. So at this point, I say buy it. Now I got to clean up.